Let's recall what we done in the previous session. In the previous session, we discussed about basic grammatical structure. In that we discussed about alphabets, word, phrase, clause, sentence, paragraph. So this is the one we discussed in the previous sessions. We discussed these things in one session. And later we discussed about parts of speech. In that we see what is meant by noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. So these are the 8 parts of speech. So we need to learn each one in detail. Now we started with the noun. So what is noun? Nouns are commonly thought as a naming words and specifically as the names of people, places or things. So what is noun? It's a name of place, things or places. So again, noun will have different types that we discussed. So noun, the different types of noun are common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, countable noun, uncountable noun, compound noun, concrete noun. So these are different types of noun. We know this, right? So in this we already discussed about 2 kinds, that is common noun. We discussed about the common noun. So what is the common noun? It is a general definition. It's the name of the place, thing or person, a group. Okay, so therefore it's a common name given to the different places or things or people related words. Proper noun. So what is proper noun? The name given to individual person, place or thing is called as a proper noun. So we have seen many examples. In this session we'll understand more about collective noun and abstract noun. Let's understand in detail. So what is collective noun is and what is the abstract noun, what are the different examples. We'll take a different examples and we'll understand that. Collective noun. A collective noun is a word used to define a group of objects. It is a group of objects. What is collective noun? A collective noun is a word used to define a group of objects. A group of object is the same object probably, right? So that is actually what is called as a collective noun. A group represents by one name, then it's called as a collective noun. Where objects can be people, animals, group of things, concepts or other things. It may be any of this one. So you can say a group of people, we call by particular name. A group of animal, for example, group of elephants, or number of elephants in a one place, then we call it by name. A group of things, concepts or other things we call it as a collective noun. The name represent this is called as a collective noun. For example, in the phrase, a herd of elephants, a herd of elephants, where herd is a collective noun, herd of elephants. So this herd means is a group of elephants. It's a group of animals. Which animals? Elephants. That is called as a herd. So this is the word. Okay. So this is the word. So it represents the group of elephants. Now you can see in the picture, this is a group of elephants that we can call it as a herd of elephants. A herd of elephants crossing the river. A herd of elephants crossing the river. A collective noun is a noun that is singular in form but refers to group of people or things. So what is this? A collective noun is a noun that is singular, okay? That particular word is a singular, but it refers to group of people. And it's a herd of elephants. A herd is a singular word, okay? It's a singular, but that means what is a herd means is a group of animals. Which animals? Elephants. Therefore, it represents the group of animals or people or things. That particular word is in singular in the form. Sometimes they refer to a group of specific things. Sometimes they refer to group of specific things. For example, tables, chairs, cupboards, etc. are grouped under the collective noun furniture. So when I say furniture, so this all belongs. Tables, chairs, cupboards, etc. all comes under furniture. So this is a furniture. So what is meant by furniture? So it may be tables, chairs, cupboards, right? Put together we can call it as a furniture. So the furniture is a singular in the form. Fine. So you can see the different furnitures here. One is chair, the wheelchair, table, then sitting chairs, another table, cupboard, a small table, like this. Plates, saucers, cups and bowls are grouped under the collective noun crockery. So crockery, what it is? It may be plates, saucers, cups and bowls. So these put together is a crockery. The word crockery means it may be plates, saucers, cups, bowls put together. It may be combination of any of this. We call them as a crockery, that one unit. So that is the one group, crockery group means there we have a plates, saucers, cups, bowls, all this. So you can see that these are the ceramic crockery set. You have teacup, teapot, plate, all this. Do it yourself. Collect group names of all animals. Collect group names of all animals. Because each animal group is called by particular name. You should know like what is the name given to that particular group. Therefore you need to collect all the list. So otherwise we have a different CD in that we given all the list. You need to watch in that CD. Okay, come back. Did you know a group of fish is called as what? School. Okay, don't be confused with the regular school word. Okay, whereas a group of fish is also called as a school. So we call it a school of fish. It means that it's a group of fish. You can see in this picture the group of fish. This is called as a school of fish. It means that it's a group of fish. So the school, a school of fish, the school indicates is a collective noun. It's a collective name given to a group of fish. Group of ants is called as can you guess? It's called as army. So generally when you say army, it's a military, but here Again, a group of ants is called as an army. You can say army of ants. You can see in this picture there are many ants moving, and it's a group. Okay, therefore it's called as a army of ants. Group of people, army. So it's a military. Audience. So audience means people who are attending the function. Band. It's a group of people who make a music. Class. A group of students. Committee. A member selected in a group. Crew. So it may be aeroplane or ship crew. These are members. Family. So group of members in a house. Gang. So these are thieves. Jury. Again is a committee. Orchestra. Police. Stop. Team. So team is players. So all players put together you can call it as a team. Stop means the number of people working in the office. They call it as a stop. So this is a group of people we called by different names. Okay. So let me check it out once again. Okay. So here it is. Army. Audience. Band. Class. Committee. Crew. Family. Gang. Jury. Orchestra. Police. Staff. Team. These are the example words for a group of people. A different set of people we call by different names. That is what we have seen now. They are the group of people called by different names. So this is the example for collective nouns of group of people. Now we'll move to the next one. Group of animals. Colony. Flock. Herd. Pack. Pod. School. Swarm. So these are the group names of animals. Okay, these are different group names of different animals and birds. Probably if you collect all the animal names, then you understand. So each animal group called by what name. So what we given is only as a few simple examples. For things, bunch, bundle, clump, pair, set, pack. So these are the example for things. It's a bunch. What does mean? So if it's a grape bunch, so where we have a grapes, okay. So put together is a bunch. That is other examples. When such a group is considered as a single unit, the collective noun is used with a singular verb and singular pronouns. Anyhow, we need to discuss in detail verb and pronouns in the later classes, but it gives only a basic idea how we can use a collective noun in a sentences. So here is some more examples. The committee has reached its decision. Here you can see the committee has reached its decision. So it's come out with some decision. So here committee is a collective noun. The crowd was very big. Crowd was very big. So what is meant by crowd? It's a people. You can see the crowd. So huge number of people at one place. Then it's called as a crowd. The crowd was very big. So crowd is a collective noun. It indicates group of peoples. Our team won the game by 6 runs. When it's a team, it's a team of players. If you take cricket, these are the players. Okay. So therefore, a group of players is called as a team. So the sentence is, our team won the game by 6 runs. So team is a collective noun. So team is a collective noun. It indicates group of players. A herd of cattle is passing. A herd of cattle is passing. You can see this, a group of cows or consider cattle. So this group of cattle is called by herd. A herd of cattle is passing, is moving. A herd is a collective noun. It indicates group of animals. The government have not announced a new policy. The government have not announced a new policy. Here government means what? It's a members, representatives. Okay, group of members from the government. Therefore, government is a collective noun. It indicates elected members. So join together is a government. I have 3 people in my family. When it's a family, it's a collective noun again. So number of people in a house. Okay, in one team. So therefore here father, mother, son. So put together is a family. So then we can call by a name called as a family. Family is a collective noun. It indicates members of the house. It indicates members of the house. Okay, exercise. Fill in the blank with a suitable collective noun. So we'll give you the sentence. So you need to check out what is a suitable word to fill the gap. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. A dash of athletes arrived today. A dash of athletes arrived today. So here is athletes. A group of athletes is called. Can you guess what it is? That is team. A team of athletes arrived today. So team is a collective noun because it's a number of people in a group or number of athletes, even though they are called as a team. He ate a dash of grapes today. Dash of grapes. Okay, here is a grapes. A group of grapes is called as, that you need to write here. What it is? Bunch. He ate a bunch of grapes today. So bunch is a collective noun. Our friend shows us a dash of stumps. Dash of stumps. What is the answer? Collection. Our friend shows us a collection of stumps. It is a collection of stumps. So collection is a collective noun. Here we say as a collection. Because you use this word as a singular, therefore you say a collection. So we already know if it's a plural, you don't need to use the a. A dash of dancers yet to arrive. So here the answer is troop. A troop of dancers yet to arrive. So troop is a collective noun. We saw a dash of sheep on our way home. Dash of sheep. Okay, it's a group of sheep. Is called as flock. We saw a flock of sheep on our way home. So flock is a one word. We can use for a group of sheep. Same we can have some more words also, but you need to check out in the list. So what are the possible other words we can use for the sheep? So here flock is a collective noun. Police have arrested a dash of the thieves. So here is a group of thieves. Okay, so group of thieves is called as gang. Police have arrested a gang of thieves. So here as usual gang is a collective noun. She bought a dash of bananas from the market. Dash of banana. It's a group of banana. Okay. So here it is a bunch. She bought a bunch of bananas from the market. So bunch again is a group of banana. This one bunch is a collective noun. A dash of experts examining the possibilities. Of experts. What's the answer? A team of experts examining the possibilities. A team means a different people, expert people in one group. That is a team. So they are examining the possibilities. This is one example sentence. So team is a collective noun. People in the dash are called soldiers. So soldiers, the group of soldiers is called as army. People in the army are called as soldiers. So we call them as a soldiers because they will work in a army. So what is army? It's a group of soldiers. Dash are searching for the murder weapon. Dash are searching for the murder weapon. So here the answer is police. So that is their duty. Police are searching for the murder weapon. So police means what? Is a policeman or woman with the different ranks in that particular department. When I say police, is a group of people who will protect the people. Okay. Therefore, police is a collective noun. Fine. So this is all about the collective noun. Now let's look at the abstract noun. Abstract noun. Let's understand what is meant by abstract noun and what are the different examples for the abstract noun. An abstract noun refers to states, events, concepts, feelings, qualities, etc. that have no physical existence. That have no physical existence. That is very, very important. It won't have any physical existence. What is mean physical existence? If say banana, you can see physically, it is there. You can see it, we can touch it, we can see it, okay? When you say elephant, again we can see, we can touch it, we can sense it. So here we are talking about no physical existence. So these words don't have any physical existence. They are called as abstract noun. Abstract noun is something that cannot be sensed by our five senses. So we have five senses, right? You can't smell it, you can't touch it, you can't hear, you can't see, or you can't taste it. So our physical is not existing, therefore you can't smell it, or you can't touch, hear, see, or taste. So that words are called as abstract nouns. So here you can say in detail, you cannot see them. So for example, if you take computer, I can see the computer. Fine. So the one we can't see, they are the abstract noun. Whereas computers are not a abstract noun. What is a computer? It's a common noun. It's a common name given to an instrument. But which we cannot see, they are the abstract noun. You can't hear them. You can't listen to that. You can't get any sound. You can't smell them. You can't smell it, what it is like. You can't taste them. You can't taste them. And you cannot feel them. Or you can't touch them. You can say touch them. So you can't touch them. So they are not physically existing. Therefore you can't touch them. Abstract nouns usually represents feelings, ideas and qualities. Now you can get a clear idea. They represent feelings, one's feeling, some ideas and qualities. So these particular related words, they are called as a abstract nouns. Abstract nouns can be singular noun and plural nouns. They can be singular, they can be a plural. So we'll go and discuss what is singular and plural probably in another 2-3 classes. Fine, after 2-3 classes. So you need to understand in detail what is singular and plural. But these abstract nouns can be a singular as well as the plural. Abstract nouns can be countable, uncountable. Abstract nouns can be countable or uncountable. So we discussed about countable and uncountable in the next session. So we can understand what is meant by countable, what is meant by the uncountable. Particularly these abstract nouns can also be countable or can be uncountable. So you can see the examples. Freedom, freedom, So when you say freedom, you can get some idea, but this is not an object, like you cannot touch it. How do you touch the freedom? Can you smell something like a freedom? Can you hear? Can you listen? So this is a freedom. This is a word. Okay. So when you say freedom, we'll get to some idea. The mind will know what is mean by that. But physically, it is not existing. Therefore, that word is a abstract. So it's same way. Happiness, happiness, idea, music are all abstract noun that have no physical existence. No physical existence. They don't have any physical existence. So therefore, we call it as a no physical existence. So you can compare, like no, if you say banana is a fruit, it's there physically, we can touch, we can eat, we can do whatever. But same when is a freedom, that word is there, but we can't say it, we can't touch it, we can't feel it. So that is what the abstract nouns are. When you say happiness, when you say when you are happiness, we know what is meant by happiness, but we can't touch it. We can't see it how it is, how it looks. We don't know. But that is what the one feeling, kind of feeling, that is what is the happiness. These kind of words put together and they're grouped as a abstract noun. Fine. So here are the qualities. Goodness, kindness, whiteness, darkness, brightness, honesty, wisdom, bravery. So these are the word example for quality. These are the qualities of people or animal or things. These particular words will give some kind of meaning in a mind. We can feel like so, and they don't have any physical existence. They are called as abstract nouns. Next, we can take the action. Laughter, theft, movement, judgment, hatred. So these are the one example for the action words. State, childhood, boyhood, youth, slavery, sleep, sickness, death, poverty. So these are the state. So when you say poverty, you mean something, but that physically not exist, and we can't touch it, or you can't feel it, or you can't say it. Okay, say in a different way. Okay, poverty, who are poor. You can see the poor, but you can't see the poverty. Some more examples are ability, attempt, chance, desire, failure, opportunity, need, chance, unwillingness, willingness. advise, agreement, answer, decision, idea, plan, problem, solution, conclusion, explanation, fact, feeling, reason, report, thought, understanding. Fine. So these are the examples of abstract noun. We given more examples only, but it's not limited to this many words only. There are 100,000 words are there, but we can't show you all the words. But the one we shown is the general examples of abstract noun. Now you can see some example sentences. All it takes is a willingness to learn. In this sentence, you need to find out which one is the abstract noun. All it takes is a willingness to learn. To learn, what is required? It's a willing. It's a willingness. Therefore, here the willingness is abstract noun. Willingness is abstract noun. So you can say the willingness, you can feel, you'll get some idea what is mean by that. But physically it's not existing. That is what we put them under the abstract noun category. Okay, let's look at another example. He had lost the ability to communicate with people. He had lost the ability to communicate with people. So what he lost? He lost ability. So what is ability? You can sense of it, but you cannot see it. So therefore ability is an abstract noun. Fine. So we'll move to the next sentence. The answer is that they are not interested in it. They are not interested in it. So here the abstract noun is the answer. Answer. So answer is abstract noun. The idea was to spend more money on training. The idea was to spend more money on training. So in this sentence, which one is abstract noun? Idea. So the idea. So logic, okay, what is there in mind was to spend more money on training. Fine. So therefore the idea is an abstract noun. The decision taken in the meeting was wrong. The decision taken in the meeting was wrong. So which one is the abstract noun? That is a decision. A decision is abstract noun. He won the prize for his bravery. He won the prize for his bravery. For what he won the prize? So here abstract noun is bravery. So bravery. So braveness. Fine. So the bravery is a abstract noun. So exercise, form the abstract noun for the given word. So I'll give you the word. So you need to make the corresponding abstract noun. Actually, I'll help you. You can try it out. Probably you can make it across. So strong, 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 strong person. So what is the abstract noun for strong? The abstract noun for strong is strength. Strong, strength. So strength is abstract noun. That is a word, okay? That is a word represent the strength. Is strength you can't see or you can't feel like, okay? You can't touch, but is a word given to the capabilities. Strength. So his greatest strength is his determination. His greatest strength, okay? Strength. So it's an example. Is his determination. So you need to determine. Wise. Wise. Wisdom. Wise is not somewhat brilliant, okay? So wise, wisdom. Is knowledge. Is more knowledge. Wisdom. He surprised everyone by his wisdom. How is surprised? By his wisdom. He surprised everyone by his wisdom. What is wisdom? By his knowledge. Sell. What is the abstract noun for sell? So it is sale. Is this photo is for sale? Is this photo is for sale? So here we are using sale. So to sell something. No. So abstract noun of this is knowledge. Knowing something. So therefore you know more and more, your knowledge is really good. Knowledge. People have poor knowledge of English grammar. I mean, it's not applicable for everybody, but let me few people who are not study grammar, they have poor knowledge of English grammar. Scholar. Scholar. The abstract noun is scholarship. Scholarship. My higher education is depend on the scholarship. Is depend on the scholarship. What is scholarship? So you can get the money from the government or from the some donors. So you don't need to give it back. Okay, it's for your education purpose. They'll give. There is nothing but the scholarship. So we'll get the scholar. Okay, who is a brilliant or who is one offered to get the scholarship. This called as a scholar. So therefore, here example is my higher education. My higher education is depend on the scholarship. So if you get the scholarship, you can continue. Otherwise, not continue. So that's what the meaning of this sentence. Long. Long, the abstract noun is length. Length. The bus is 8 meters in length. The bus is 8 meters in length. So therefore length is again a abstract noun. Next word, king. King, kingdom. The corresponding abstract noun is a kingdom. He divided his kingdom into 4 parts. So he in the sense is maybe some king who divided his kingdom into 4 parts. To make it a proper ruling, he divided that into 4 parts. Kingdom. So it's an area. It's logically we can understand. It's area where he ruling. King, kingdom. Kingdom is a abstract noun. Next word, great. Great, greatness. Greatness. Her greatness make her to won that prize. Her greatness make her to won that prize. Brother. Brotherhood. Brother, brotherhood. So this is what the abstract noun. The ideal of the brotherhood of man is still far from reality. It means that we need to treat everyone as a brothers. That is still far from reality. So we can't. Presently, everybody is not treating everyone as a brothers, but it takes much time. Therefore, this is what the meaning. The ideal of the brotherhood of man is still far from reality. Brotherhood. Lose. Lose. The abstract noun of this is loss. Lose, loss. The company announced a loss of 3 crore rupees. So loss of 3 crore. Identify following word is abstract noun or not. So I'll show you the word. You just need to identify whether the given word is abstract noun or not. So here we go. Love. Is it abstract noun? Yes, it's a abstract noun. Love. So it don't have any physical existence. It's a kind of concept, okay? Okay, so here we go to the next word. Run. Is it abstract noun? No, it's not abstract noun. You need to do some action. When it's a run, it's an action. You can see that action. Flow. Is it abstract noun? No, it is not a abstract noun. Nature. Is this abstract noun? Yes, it's abstract noun. Nature. Skill. This one is abstract noun. Skill. So you have that skill, but you can feel, you can sense it, but you can't see that one. Skill. Fairness. Yes, it's a abstract noun. Virus. Is this abstract noun? No, it is not a abstract noun. Time. So again, this is a no, but sometime you can use as a abstract noun. Revenge. Is it abstract noun? Yes, it's an abstract noun. Beauty. This one is abstract noun.